Hello, and welcome to Channel Sport on Sunday. I'm Ken Ochonogo. 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. 4 days to go. You can count them. You can count them in, 4 fingers in one hand. Not the 2. The 2 is 10. You just count them. That's the D-Day. It's a continuum. It's a marathon. It's a marathon for Nigeria. As we we are trying to see if we can, capitalize on, not every time in life you have a second chance. But here, FIFA has given Nigeria a second chance to say you can go to, Mexico, and you can go to Canada, and you can go to the United States of America. But then you are not going there to do another thing. You're going there to play football. We were there in 1994 when USA hosted. So this time around, we don't want to miss. We're in Atlanta, and we did so well. So basically, America is one tough where we go to thrive. In fact, the USA is the only, at 96 was the only Olympic that we won 2 gold medals, 2. After that, we won 1 again. Before that, we've not won anyone. No. Before 96, we've not won anyone. But we thrilled the world in 94, where Nigeria went in as the 5th rated country in the world. We were number 5 in the FIFA ranking in 90 when we went there. And at the end, of all the teams that didn't get into the quarterfinals, Nigeria topped. Nigeria finished 9th in the rating and the second most entertaining team at the USA 94. A lot of accolades, a lot of achievements. And our players went on to get, club offers from everywhere, because when you do well, there is that ripple effect. So the list is out. The list for Nigeria is out. The list for Gabon is out. The list, I don't know, the list for DR Congo, the list of, because 4 countries are actually, are participating. 4 countries are taking part. Nigeria, Gabon, that we'll be meeting on the 13th. That's why I said 4 days to go. Today, check your calendar. Today is 9th. And Cameroon will take on DR Congo. So what is it? Why do you say you have the other? That game should be a very physical game. the game between DR Congo and Cameroon. But we're not looking after it yet. Because Gabon, let me tell you this. When we look at the list, I will tell you something. Gabon included a player who has 2 yellow cards, who is not eligible to play against us. And they asked the manager, I said, guy, this guy is not eligible to play. He said, he will not play the first one, but he will play the second one, which means he has hope that they are going to beat Nigeria. Because the only way is in the semi-finals where you play the final. Only one team will join in the qualifier for the Intercontinental. We've done the first round of qualifiers in which we came second in our group. Gabon came second, Cameroon came second. Of all the seconds, the top 4 seconds are the team that are the best. I don't know, I'm trying to get the right word to say it anyway, but the whole teams came second, and then when you now rank them, the top ranked second best teams are the ones that going to take part in that particular competition. So basically, that is where Nigeria comes in. Nigeria, Gabon. Nigeria is the most ranked. So you take the least ranked. You're playing Gabon is the least ranked, and then both teams are playing themselves. Then Cameroon and DR Congo, and then they middle, so they meet themselves. And whoever wins that would take on the winner between Nigeria and Gabon. And whoever takes that, Intercontinental. But that is not direct qualification, it's Intercontinental. Where you are going to play either 2 or 3 games, you understand? Because you are going to draw by that, there are going to be 2 groups. So you're going to play either 1 or 2 games. And when it goes, 6 teams will qualify in that particular one into 3 groups. The two least ranked team will play themselves to play the other person on one side. The 2 ranked team the 2 least ranked team will also play themselves to play. Anyway, I hope that they follow that. The teacher they teach in the class, you have to concentrate. Because if you don't concentrate, you just miss something. But as I've just broken it down for you. I don't want to put it on the screen. Sometimes we're going to listen so that some of you, a lot of you understand this. But for those who do not understand, that's why we're trying to go into that. So that game comes up on the 13th. That's the first game, and that is where we are concentrating on. We'll give you the list of players who have been called to camp, and away from that, we are looking at other things that happen, especially the MPFL. The MPFL, there is good and there is bad news. But we are going to hear from the horse's mouth. It is not from me because, during the past 1 week or so, there's been whispers of, a lot of, kind of a sponsorship coming into the league. And they will say yes, because funding has been the major, the challenge that they've been facing. Payment of match officials, referees indemnities. It is the PTI guys who have been doing a lot of things. And so, okay, look, we are spending this money in lieu. Where the money come, we go collect. So basically, it's not as if they are dashing it. So they are also owing, because this was when this one managing league gets the money. How is it going to happen? But good news came in that some funds were coming in. I will not say, oh, beautiful. If funds are coming in, then this is the time for us to do that. And then suddenly, wow. Remember, I think it was on the 13th or 14th of last month of October, where 3 SC players were attacked by Kano Pillars fans. And Kano Pillars, they were fined 9.5 million, deducted 3 points, deducted 3 goals, and sent to neighboring Katsina. Now, Katsina have now also done the same thing to Barao FC. You understand? Because it is terrible when a pitch invader goes onto the pitch to stab a player by the neck. If you caught the invader, that is all. They slit animal, a human being now. But that is what happened. You get it? Now, luckily for us, the player, at a point, people presumed that he was gone. Nana Abraham, people thought he was gone. But he didn't. He survived. And then, as we speak, he's receiving treatment. Now, when the MPFA guy will go ask them now, because if you banish people to Katsina, and now Katsina fans don't do the same thing. Now, I'm not even talking about Katsina, because they will ban them and they will banish them somewhere. But what of Kano Pillars? Will they still be playing in front of those fans that are uncontrollable? So basically, does that one need to be, we need to look at that and ask, what is this? At the Brazilian Grand Prix, it is over there, because Lando Norris, the man who was playing second fiddle to Oscar Piastri, said, we are teammates too, but now that we have won the Constructors' Championship, now every man for himself. Constructor Championship for us all. So he won the sprint and starts on pole. So Verstappen is there. Oscar Piastri, the man who we thought was running away with the title, now have to look see how the main race, when they start today. After that, they go to Las Vegas, and after Las Vegas they go to Qatar, and after Qatar it ends at Abu Dhabi. So basically 4 more to go. And then it is tight up there. In tennis, we shall also look at that, because Novak Djokovic has just won his 101 title. I tell you, only 3 men in history has won over 100. So he is just, he's one of them who has crossed, who is a centurion of titles in the ATP. The rest, the league in Europe also, going on, the leagues in England, the leagues in every other places, and then the MPFL is also ongoing. So I want to my guys are in the house. Jimmy?
Yeah, Ken, a pleasure to be here. Very unfortunate incident at Katsina yesterday. But the truth is, the player was not caught. Was not. He didn't have his throat slit. Not caught,
but he was stabbed.
He was not stabbed, Ken.
Okay.
There was a cut. There was no invasion at all, because the way the stadium is being built, it's heavily barricaded, and you could see the fans were, irate. But there was some form of pelting and maybe some kind of infraction within the field that got Abraham Nana injured. But to say he was stabbed, or maybe even his neck, it was the jaw, and he had blood stream through the neck. A lot of things that we need to, probably query will be, where was the medical team? How come
from the statement made by Barao FC, they said somebody invaded, pitch invader. That's how, I wasn't there.
Once I understand where you're coming from.
Yes.
The statements from Barao.
Yes.
And the statements from Katsina.
Yes.
Showed complicity. Both sides were complicit in what happened. But to now exaggerate the matter to say, oh, he had his throat slit.
Not his throat.
He was even smiling.
Nobody said his throat was slit.
No, I mean that's one of the major. We know that's the.
You see, when you look at it, social media is different from when we talk here. When we talk here, we don't talk about what social media people see.
No, it's not even social media. I mean, the publication is.
I know of a publication did that.
So the exaggerated headlines is what got people talking, because you know how it works when an online medium puts out such misinformation.
No, but whatever it is, Jimmy, as long as in the pitch you wound somebody and the blood is flowing, no amount of person can say, let us say exaggeration.
So Ken,
that's the truth.
Ken,
yes.
Now this is where he is.
Yeah.
At the point it happened.
Yes.
At the point it happened, you wonder. Naturally, Katsina United, I mean, they will get penalized for this.
That's
number
matter.
one.
Yes.
Number two.
Yes.
How come the game ended? Where were the medical team? The referee himself was not assaulted because there were, allegations of poor
we are talking about the player here now.
Then there's no way you talk about what happened with the player without looking at Jimmy, the incident before and after.
Can you tell us where you are going to actually?
What I'm saying, because I followed the story.
We also followed the story.
No, I mean, you followed it. Yes. The angles at which you are coming from will be different, because at the end of the day, the most important thing is we should be careful with the information put out.
That is
now the information that Barao put out.
Yes.
Did not say explicitly what happened.
No, they said, I can read it. They said a pitch invader entered and stabbed their player. That is it. Explicit. I can read that. Yes.
They will now need to prove it. That's number one.
Jimmy, let's not go to that.
I don't think
that is not the issue here. This is all know that. What we are trying to glamorize, that is the issue.
Glamorize what?
Violence.
Now, this is
Okay, before you go ahead, let's understand what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
I'm not glamorizing violence. I'm only saying we know that there was a violent act. What happened, the two parties, the match commissioner and also the MPFL, there will be a review of what happened, right? But I'm not talking about the fact where you begin to say, oh, the player had his throat.
No, Jimmy, we'll go
there was an invader. Was there an invasion?
Yeah, that is what they... So, like I said, see, it is not between you and I.
Even the clips released thereafter shows that
there are some clear... The first clip we saw where the guy was almost dead. You understand? Listen, Jimmy, I don't want to show that on public television here. If not, we have all those things here. I have them here, which we can show. Yeah. But we don't want to go into all that. What we're trying to say is this. You and I understand one thing, that even as a player or as whatever it is, if you as much as even touch another person,
it's an infraction.
It is punishable by FIFA.
Absolutely.
Basically, no touches, no anywhere. But where you not only touch, but a blood was spilled, then there is no amount of any anyone would say.
It's not
that is condemnable.
About contact. It's even the mere intention.
Yes.
Stanley Keita got recorded
for his
intention. So you are not even going a step further with someone with physical contact.
And blood flow in whatever form.
So I understand and I agree absolutely with you. Yes. So we need to look at the different
exactly. That is where
different angles to it. Not just one angle that says, oh, this is what Barao said.
That is why we have, you see, I said we have a guest on the show.
Yeah.
And I said that is what we do here. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
But from the reports we are getting, we are not, you are not in Katsina, I'm not in Katsina. I mean, you just, what you saw from your angle, what I saw, and from the various angles I saw it, and from whatever, like the videos I have videos, I have pictures, I have all of them there. And basically, I would say, this is what's talking about here. Yeah. You are demarketing the league. You are doing a lot of things. People are working hard for this, to get the money. At a point for 4 or 5 seasons, the referees in there were not being paid. Hotels have not been done. The clubs have been asked to carry all these things. And here is a new board that came in, trying to work, get these things done. They work day and night. This board work day and night to put this in order. And some people are over there, do whatever you want to do. This Barao Katsina team did not go to.
They went to 3SC.
Just last week they drew at 3SC.
And nobody attacked them.
They went to Plateau United and they won.
Absolutely.
And then you come down and you start attacking people. I mean, see, that is what we are saying is that. Like you and I know, and I know why I said so. If you as much as touch an opponent,
absolutely,
FIFA says you must be punished. As much as touch,
you don't even need to touch.
The intention is punishable.
is punishing.
All right. When I think we'll try and see if we can get to Abuja in a few minutes. We'll try and get there. When we are ready, they will let us, they will get us there so we can have, an inkling. Sometimes I'm a bit heated up. So guys, Mona, calm down. This is our own. So it happens at times, and we say, why are we doing this? Why should we, move out? And yeah. All right. I'm being told that our guest is ready. Let us go straight to Abuja to meet the man at the helm of affairs of the MPFL, Honorable Benga Legbele, legislator, everything, administration, anything you want to talk about in sport. But here is the man who's they want the coconut breaking head. Hello. hello, Chairman. How are you?
Hey, good afternoon, Ken. And
you are not smiling.
The guys in the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I can't smile now, but I'm not just in a very happy mood. I'm sorry, not at all. Yeah.
Okay. But we have some good news, and we have some not so good news. I really want us to. Yes, I really want us to start with the good news before we look at the other part. During the week, some information trickled in. That probably your board is doing all they can to get some funding for the league, maybe some sponsors coming on. Do you have, do you mind if you can share any of those things with us?
Yeah, thank you very much. We had an endorsement and we signed on 2 different companies on last Wednesday. The very first one is the InView Technologies. InView Technologies are the operators of the DSO, that is Digital Switchover, the federal government agency. So these are the operators. And our intention is that we want to go into free TV. Free TV because we don't want to limit our matches to those that have a paid TV at home. We want to make it more national so that every Nigerian can have access to watch our match. Even at state televisions, we have a lot of TVs now that are lining it. So we feel it will be better for the league. First, we are looking at the possibility of getting revenue through advertisement from corporate bodies due to the large number of audience that we are going to have starting from now. That's InView Technologies. The other one is that we signed an agreement again with a data company, Roundup Technologies. Roundup Technology is an AI-driven data company. The idea is to get funds to have more access to the data of our players, our coaches, match analytics, and all the rest. That's what is happening in Europe. So we cannot just remain in the analog sector and feel the league want to move forward. No, it's an attempt to move our league from passion to precision. Again, from potential to what I can call performance. So let's weigh the league. Let's see what they are doing. Let's the public see what the players are playing. Let's be able to assess. For instance, see the ugly thing that happened in Casino. Let's be able to watch the activities of these coaches. I mean, of these the referees, and be able to analyze. Public will have assessment of them, not just the league alone. So where it is necessary, we know this one is not acceptable. So that is for this data around the rest. Then good for the players, for the world to see them, their potential, the mistakes, and how to correct them. Then as for the sponsorship, the data company, they measure, they come with the issue of revenue generation and sharing formula. We said yes, we will share revenue, but again, we don't want to take the risk that we had with a certain company that we believe strictly on revenue sharing and they didn't actually do anything. So you must pay some certain money so that the rest of the percentage can be on revenue sharing. Now we insisted they must pay 140 million naira, which they agree. That's an annual payment, despite the fact that we'll be generating revenue for the clubs to be able to make some things from it. And mind you, any amount coming, the clubs have 60% of it. Then to other stakes, we have the NFF, the NPFL, and all. And the partner that is the GTR that is sponsoring us, they have a little percentage to take based on what they've been spending before. Again, look at what the other one, the InView Technologies. The annual revenue projection is 2 billion naira. Again, we said, look, we cannot just wait for this 2 billion naira to be coming. And suppose it didn't come the way we expect. So you too have to pay some certain amount of money. So for the clubs to at least be able to have some things to run around and support the players' welfare before revenue can start coming in. We insisted on 800 million naira per season. That is what we signed with the in-view technologies. So we will be sharing revenue, but yet they will pay 800 million naira. And now, before the revenue start coming in, we just want to make some projections, and at the same time, we don't want to wait for those projections, for the projections to start being realistic, coming to reality, and so that must be money for the clubs to share. That is why those things. And I can assure you, it's going to be a win-win situation for the Nigeria Premier League. So it's an attempt to have a centralized system of content management and television live coverages and all the rest. So thank you.
Okay, this sounds good. My guys are also in the house. Maybe they will train one or two questions. We are looking about 940 million, almost $1 billion coming in annually from a zero level. From a zero level. So if we can get this, I think this looks good, for the league as a beginning. The contracts for this, this signing, how many years? What is the duration of the contracts?
Okay, both are 5 years. And let me even add again that the in-view technologies of 800 million, that's 20% annual increment. It means next season, the league will get around 60 million instead of 800 million. So that is it. Okay. So every year it's increasing by 20%. So it is a 5-year contract. And for that 5-year duration, that is what is expected from them.
Wow. 5 years. In 5 years' time, we would have gotten 100%. If it's increasing 20% of what you are starting with. All right? Okay.
Yes.
That is a cheerful news. And then the not so cheerful news. We spoke, I think both of us spoke some 2 or 3, a few weeks back. Was it? I don't know if it was before or after the Kano Pillars issue. And
it was after Kano Pillars.
After the Kano Pillars. And then because you took that swift action for the very first time, we saw a board that is also let us wait till the end of the season before we ban or before we take this. It was seen that without that 48 hours, that actions were taken. And Kano Pillars, to be fair to them, the general manager came up and said, we accept everything you are giving to us. What we've done is not tenable, it's not acceptable in football. And we give that to Ahmed Musa, the general manager, who came out with the statement, came out on his own personal handle and also condemned that violence. Now, you guys banished them, apart from finding them 9.5 million, 3 points deduction, and 3 goals taken, you took them to Katsina. Now, yesterday, what is the news coming out of Katsina?
The incident looks to me it's quite unfortunate, and I'm not happy at all. Despite all the high points that you just mentioned that we discussed just now, that really put a very bad spotlight in our league. We're looking for sponsors. What happened in Kano Pillars that time, the in-view technologies, look, they complain that if the league is going to go like this, how are we sure that they are safe with their investment? I was able to convince them. Then they came back with side. Now, see what happened again yesterday in Katsina. It's quite unfortunate. Whatever happened is condemnable because Katsina left Katsina City, the Katsina United, to Jos and defeat Plateau United.
Plateau United, yes.
Without violence. Without violence. So a team came to your home, played draw, then you let it loose. That's wrong. So you should have waited for complaint. That's why we have match commissioners, we have everything. Then you have the right to protest whether you feel the referee gave the wrong call or not by taking laws into your hand. But what they did, does that solve the problem? Would that make the referee decision invalid? No. Can we revert the decision of the referee? No. But they start to be punished for what they did. As I'm talking to you right now, the NPFL Disciplinary Committee started their own sitting at 12 noon now. That's about close to 1 hour now. So because of those that went for short service, we said, look, start at 12. In the next 1 hour, 1.5 hours, you will hear our judgment. It's going to come out. And we'll give appropriate sanction based on our framework and rules.
That sounds quite what we are looking at, and said, okay, if decisions are taken. But let me ask you, because when I do the introduction, I don't know what is going to happen. You banished Kano Pillars to Katsina. Now, a minimum of 10 home games in Katsina. Now, that same Katsina fans have now attacked Barao FC. will Kano Pillars still be playing in Kano with this under these same fans who has that decision? We would have not thought about it on what to do.
No, Kano Pillars, we ban Kano Pillars to Katsina. Yes. Katsina is not Kano, that's not their own base.
Yes.
Right? So they remain in Katsina. But Katsina, I'm sure at the end of the decision today, we have to find their way to another abode. Definitely, we cannot continue with what happened there and allow it to happen again. We need the safety of players, and we need credibility for our league. We don't want such ugly incidents. Whatever happened is condemnable. So as for Katsina United, most likely they will have to leave that place and go to another place to play. But for Kano, they are bound. That's on their home ground. They are there and as strangers, so they will remain there as strangers. Oh yes,
with Katsina fans. Will Katsina fans not enjoy going out? We are not supposed, because when you are punishing the team, you are punishing the fans. Are they not going to have access to watch Kano Pillars in their own stadium? Are they not supposed? I mean, we're not okay. Katsina is out, but Kano is here, and then they can still watch. They can still watch the team there.
Well, for now, we assume the loyalty of Katsina fans is to Katsina United.
Okay.
Yeah, not to Kano Pillars. Yeah. So we feel Kano Pillars has their own fan base, probably based in Kano.
Yeah.
So except those that want to drive from Kano to Katsina, and they know it's difficult buying fuel nowadays, traveling for that distance. So if they know they want to go there again and commit another offense, they will lose 3 points. Again, 3 points, 3 goals, and perhaps, be moved to another venue again. I'm sure this time around we'll cross borders. Probably will have to come down south. That will not be good for the fans. So as for Katsina, as for Katsina United, if the fans feel they want to go and watch Kano Pillars match, we feel the passion they have for their own darling club is not same as they have for Kano Pillars. So I remind you, we believe initially they used to be some rivalry between the two. But if such thing happen again, we take appropriate steps.
Okay, but I don't know. I know that probably you would have gotten some information. I know you said the disciplinary committee are meeting based on reports submitted by the referee and maybe the match commissioner and other things. From some of I don't know. I didn't watch that game, but some of the reports we had was that after the incident, that the referee continued with the game. Was there any reason why it was not stopped? Why the game was not stopped? Why it was continued? Was there maybe the infraction was not that much? We're saying like somebody was whether it was got a cut and blood and bleeding. Was that incident not enough to stop the game?
Well, we have a situation room where we monitor activities on match days.
Okay.
Myself, I'm always very active in that situation room. Yeah. The match commissioner is part of the situation room. Match commissioner will be reporting to us incidents as happened. He reported that he stopped the match. Again, I believe the atmosphere is conducive enough to continue with the match thereafter.
Okay.
But that's okay. If you feel so, because he is the man on the ground, and if we feel it is safe to continue, go ahead. That was it. That was after the incident. And I think after the match was concluded, definitely no such incident happened again. So his judgment was actually proper and right when he said it is safe to continue. So that's it.
Okay, I think we can take that. But let me ask you this: going forward, if things like this persist, we've seen in the Kano Pillars game, they just came in this one now, blood, no matter how it is, object, to injure somebody was thrown. How much stiffer do you think the MPFL can go? Apart from this, ban them, fine them, and whatever it is. I mean, will it get to a stage? So look, if there is violence like this, we relegate you because we don't want you and your fans, to do this. How much more can you guys go in trying to met out punishment to deter them from, doing this further?
Well, let me tell you this. I've been watching the league closely even before I became NPFL chairman. Yeah. And I can assure you that Kano Pillars, their fans are serious offenders regarding this. All right? Yeah. Now, for the first time, we get this kind of sanction. And we know by the time we ask them to go back home again, it happens. The sanction will not be the same. All right? They should not be the same. And I know they should learn that lesson because Kano's players currently they're on relegation zone. As at now, if they continue like this, if they go back to that and again, they will definitely be relegated to the lower league. And I'm not sure the fans will want that. So regarding what we will do, if it continues like that, I will not say this is the plan, or this is what we plan to do, I will say we will not envisage a situation whereby a team will be punished for this kind of violent conduct, 3 points deducted, 3 goals deducted, and such team, first, if they have the capacity to win the league, they will not win it anymore, because 3 points is enough for you not to get near the league title, what is very competitive. And again, that 3 points may eventually lead the club to relegation. We believe that serves as a form of warning to these supporters who perpetrate violence. And if they so believe that they want to do it again, then we know exactly what we want to do. But for now, we're working according to our framework. And in that framework, there's no yet rule for somebody after being banned, come back again. So we can equally sit down and prepare further sanctions for such erring teams.
Okay. You guys, you want any question for him, for the chairman?
Yeah, it just basically congratulations on the success of Rivers United. At least we have 1 billion guaranteed. Now, I just want to ask, because we need to do well on the continent to get this investment, which he's talking of. From his own projection, how soon does he think we'll get to that level where our 2 teams will consistently be in the league stages of the Confederations and Champions League?
Okay. You had him, Chairman?
I had him. Yes, I had him. Yeah. The question there, it's a very good question. It looks technical a bit, but let me answer you the technical way too. First, if a team can win the league, I believe they have good players that can compete in the continent. But when a team win the league, dispose all the players that won the league at first instance, sell them out, then you expect them to start looking for players here and there to be able to prosecute continental championship. The answer is no. Perpetually, it has been happening in Nigeria. A team, after every season, will sell their players. And that is the bane of our poor showing in CAF competitions. Yes. But I would say kudos to Rivers United, because for the past 3 seasons, I discovered they've been able to largely keep their players. They increase salaries, which I know. So such thing is a form of encouragement for the players. For anybody to say we don't have good players in our league is funny. But for instance, I will tell you, does the fact that Sudan give Nigeria the 4-0 in Sham, is that a representation of the league? The answer is no. Definitely no. Even if we check it very well, our highest goal scorer was there. They didn't use him in the first 2 matches. Because I'll tell you, until the 3rd match when they used him, and he scored the winning goal. We have quality products. The mode of selection, again, have to be looked at. Because I'm not happy to say we sent a team representing the League of Nigeria and the country who is under a war-torn country like Sudan, fighting wars years in, year out. They now give us 4-0. It's quite painful to me as a person. Painful to the entire board. The people are not happy. So the question now is this. Now we are getting more sponsors. More money will be coming in for clubs. And I do hope they will use this one to manage their players and keep them for continental engagement and not selling them off outrightly. Let me give you an example of Benin Republic. The clubs that will pay highest money there, maybe they are Cotton Sport. Cotton, that's what we call cotton sports. All right? They and maybe 2 or 3 other clubs, they pay, maximum they will pay is between 350 CFA to 500 CFAs. They don't play money. No club places on CFA to players there. And that means they give you a sign-off fee of 1,200, 1,300 CFA. That's about 5 million naira in Nigeria. Is that a big money for clubs to pay? The answer is no. But you see some players running away to countries like Benin with the intention of making money, looking at the naira exchange rate to CFA and believing that they will make more money without knowing that when you go there, where the cost of a bottled water in Benin Republic is higher than the cost of bottled water in Nigeria when you convert the money. The cost of renting a house in Benin Republic is more than what you have in Nigeria when you convert the money to naira. So all these things, even the food you are eating in restaurants, when you pay for it, you pay more than double of the cost of that food in Nigeria. That's why you see some of the players, after a season or so, They ran back. Now I see that most Nigerian players are no longer going to Benin Republic. They know it is not as profitable using the exchange rate, a calculation to say we are going to make more money. It's like being penny wise, pound foolish. So our league is not as the money, the naira, yet may look lower than the currencies of other, but cost of living here compared to those areas is not same. It's quite cheaper here. I'm telling you this. So again, that notwithstanding, to encourage our players, we feel we need to get more money for the clubs to pay. Most of these guys are they're breadwinners of the family, so they need to be paid well. So that's why we feel it is necessary to look at the welfare of players first. After that, then welfare of the coaches, because a technical official without enough payment, I mean monthly salary, will not be able to give out his best. So that is it. So it is about clubs themselves first managing their players. Because the league cannot probably be managing players for the clubs. The clubs will manage their players. But again, we understand the constraints being faced by the clubs in terms of the finances. But again, I want the other clubs to emulate Rivers United. Thank God they are in the group stage of the CAF Champions League. The first time in close to a decade that will happen. But the fact remains is, I want our club officials, club proprietors to know that investment long term is much, much better than short term quick wins. If Rivers, by being in this stage now, already they are qualified for 1.2 billion naira, or 3 billion in naira value, coming to them for being in the group stage. Imagine them advancing now. Imagine a club from Nigeria going to World Club Championship.
World Club Cup, FIFA, and with all the larges.
Yes. Yes. Imagine the millions of dollars.
9.something million minimum dollars.
Exactly. Exactly. It is more important for our football proprietors and investors to think more of long term. Again, it gives your club a good image, which is going to be long lasting. A lot of endorsement will be coming, but selling players on quick wins and quick profit, again, will not promote the club's image. That is me, but it can promote personal finances. But unfortunately, the clubs need a better image, better respect, to go further in continental engagement and earn more money. That is it.
Okay, let me ask you. I wanted Jimmy to ask you a question, but let me just throw this before I forget. As the chairman of the board, you are the vice chairman of the NFF. Tongues have been wagging on the appointment of South African officials to officiate our game between Nigeria and Gabon. I'm asking you this. Is the NFF comfortable with this? And if they are not, have they done anything, like a complaint about it?
But I'm aware that the NFF protested. Definitely they protested. NFF is not comfortable with it. Taking into consideration the statement by the Minister of Sports in South Africa, saying that he doesn't want Nigeria to qualify. He doesn't want Nigeria to qualify for World Cup. That's quite reckless of him to say that. So because a minister is supposed to be a public office holder, to be guided in his utterances. What does that Nigeria do after your country qualified? You are saying you don't want Nigeria to qualify for World Cup. Yet, after that statement, now see that CAF appointed South African officials to officiate the match between the Gabon and Nigeria. So it calls to question the integrity of such appointment. Not fully aware that CAF president himself is a South African man. So NFF has protested, and I'm sure CAF will have to do something about it.
Okay, Jimmy, just if any questions,
all right,
let him go.
Given your oversight functions on the MPFL clubs, what measures have you deployed to ensure before the start of the season there's fan education and also anti-betting, fan education programs and also anti-betting enlightenment?
Well, thank you. Before we started this current season and the previous season too, we had seminars for club officials, club coaches, including captains of clubs, media officers. The media officer one was held in Nasarawa. I was there in Lafia. We enlightened them. There was one last season in Kaduna, sponsored by Daniel Amukashi himself, all right, which we invited club coaches and all the rest. That was one we had in Abuja, including club coaches, including referees, and including club captains. So we always do this on a regular basis every season. Despite the fact we don't have sponsors, we train ourselves, we struggle to get us what we call minimum basic standard, and we are doing it. So we keep doing it, we'll continue to do it, and we have been doing it. That is it. We didn't just sit down expecting compliance without proper education of the officials involved.
Okay, before the league starts, this is the final question. We've been pushing it, that we are holding you. Do the clubs submit the contracts of the players, of each player to the MPFL?
Both players, coaches, it is compulsory that submit the contracts, which they did. We have so many things that we do that we don't want to make noise about it. I think the few ones that are open to the public is when they see that we are able to get a proper calendar for the league, and we don't just joke with it. Yeah. We tell the world where we're going to start, and we start that same day. We tell the world where we're going to finish. We finish that same day. We've been doing that consistently for the past 2-3 seasons now, and I think kudos should be given to us for at least getting this far. As for contract, any coach or players that believe that his rights have been infringed by clubs due to maybe looking at the contract he signed, have the right to complain to us, and we act promptly on those that complain. And again, if we feel a player is properly engaged and not paid by the club, do we have from sponsorship money pay such player directly before sending the money to the club? We did not it. That is what we do. All right? And now, a player or coach that did not complain to us, we will not be able to go to his bedroom and ask him questions. Did they see? Were you cheated? Did you complain? They must come up and talk.
Yeah. Okay, I think that is a better place to leave this discussion. I will always, we want to say very thank you, because every time we call on you on short notice and whatever, you oblige us, and we don't take this lightly. We don't believe that it is just for that. We truly appreciate you and your board for answering our call anytime we come to you. Thank you so much, Honorable Benga Legbele.
Thank you. We always want to have a relationship with channels, because we know the strength and power of channels TV in this country. So
smile small.
It's an advantage.
I bet you smile small now.
I laugh. Now I laugh.
Now you laugh.
I look at that.
Okay. Don't worry.
Thank you, bro.
All right, my guy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. That is the chairman of the board. Of course, before we came in, myself, Jimmy, and we all heated up over the incident happened yesterday. But they said, look, the disciplinary committee, they are meeting. They started meeting by 12 o'clock, and in an hour, that is even as we speak, that basically you will hear their decision. We're all going to open the lines so that you guys can join the discussion, and then while we look at the list of players. Oh, but no, before we do that, last week we had the Nuga, the VC of University of Jos. We had the University of Jos. So before we take your calls, just indulge us. Let us see because 6th, that is when the game was supposed to have started. The Nuga games for Nigerian universities are students, and it is taking place. That is the the 47th edition taking place right there at the University of Jos. The 27th edition of the games. Let us see what has been happening at Nuga 2025.
The Jeti Husseini Stadium in Jos was electrified with excitement as dignitaries arrived for the official opening of the 27th Nigeria University Games. Plateau State Governor Caleb Mutfwang, Ondo State Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa, and other top officials were received by the Vice Chancellor of the University of Jos, Professor Ishaya Tanko, amid cheers from the crowd. Athletes from 91 universities across Nigeria marched in a colorful parade, the highest number of participants since the inception of Nuga in 1966.
We shall abide the rules and regulations of this game.
The ceremony also features the administration of oaths by a student representative and an official, pledging to uphold the spirit of fair play, discipline, and integrity throughout the games.
Professor Tanko Ishaya.
The event, themed Unite, Play, and Peace, brings together over 10,000 athletes and officials who will compete in various sporting disciplines for the next 10 days.
Today marks a historic milestone in the life of this university and indeed the entire Plateau community as we kickstart the 27th edition of NUGA. This gathering today encapsulates our belief that sports remain not only a unifying force, but also a platform for nurturing discipline, teamwork, and leadership among the youth.
Through sports, we see the values that strengthens nations: teamwork, perseverance, respect, and fair play.
Declaring the games open, the governor of Ondo State described the event as a celebration of Nigeria's diversity and a reflection of national unity through sports. The host governor urged the athletes to display sportsmanship and represent their institutions with pride and dignity.
This is a gathering that will promote unity, collaboration, that will help us to keep body together as we hone the intellect. And I'm sure that in the next couple of days that you're going to compete lawfully, you're going to compete fairly, you're going to compete in a way that shows our humanity.
After the official declaration, the NUGA torch is lit, symbolizing the official commencement of the 27th Games.
From the excitement at the opening ceremony to the thrill of the games, the 27th NUGA Games has just officially kicked off at the University of Jos, uniting young Nigerian athletes under one banner of excellence and friendship. From the J.T. Hussaini Stadium, University of Jos, Percy Dabang, Channels Television News.
Yeah, that's the bank. Jos. Jos. People like, you know, now we are getting. Last week I told the guy, the first time I went to Jos, hey, when you are moving from the airport to the city, cool, go show you something. That European, but nowadays, I think we don't adapt now. I don't think about Jimmy Shah, but I know Jimmy is Brazilian. So, but please, guys, go and check them up. The NUGA Games is something that we're just talking about the MPFL. Funds should be coming in. Even I know how much the SCCA, March Madness, a lot of college sport in America, how much they make. Billion. A school we getting billion, not million, no, billion. What? $1 billion? How come? About 3 or 4 colleges in America makes that. That's the value. The value of their school sport is over $1 billion. School. MPFL now $1 billion that we celebrate here, so that's $1 billion for what school? No guy needs. We need all the funding, all the corporations. Please go in and fund school sports because that is where that is where the ages day. Those who the best American basketballers, when they do their draft, the moment you just enter NBA, your life don't set, your family life don't set. NBA just enter there. So that is someday. I hope we can where we can draft people from our football. Make we say for you to Rivers United first pick, Kano Pillars second pick. You understand? Yeah. Have your pick and from school, so from university, from the university games. You want to say something?
It's easier said than done. There is no school.
I'm dreaming
without a director of sports
in Nigeria.
There is no school.
Okay.
So you see there are vacancies.
Yes.
And that means that slot is always filled up.
Okay.
But what are they doing? You can't take a title without responsibility. So I think it's high time those directors of sport do their work.
No, I rather think it's best for the NUGA body itself to have an infusion of technocrats and also commercialize as much as possible the games. They should take each of the sports as a product and as much as possible see how that can be embedded in the...
NUGA is more of a confederation. But you need to build from the base, which is where the director of sport, because NUGA is more like amalgamation of all the sport.
I'm also looking at this. The same thing I complain at our National Sport Festival. I think there is too much festivity. And we've been trying to say we are the nation of diverse culture. Diverse culture. That national, I wanted to keep. I have suggested that we should put our festival. in 1973 and the rest of them, all Nigerians needed to come together. So there was a need for all those festivities, our diverse culture and showcasing them. But let it be a championship. And then let the various boards have just come in, we'll still begin to talk to them. I understand. And let them go back to the schools. When we say grassroots, everybody will mount it. Grassroots. Grassroots has at when? Oh, let's go to Cardinal, because Olayande is with us. Hello.
Yeah, I'm with you, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to contribute to the discussion going on DSTV right now.
All right.
On sports aspect.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah. I would like to kind of put input pertaining to the Kano Pillars fans.
Yeah.
And Katsina United fans.
Yeah.
You see, I was born and brought up in Kaduna here since the days of local rovers of Kano.
DICBs.
DICBs, thank you very much.
Yes.
You understand? So whenever anytime these two people are coming to Kaduna, it's always a tug of war at Ahmadu Bello Stadium.
I have watched football. I watched Rangers play DICBs at Ahmadu Bello Stadium.
So the problem we always have with them, they don't want any defeat. They will not accept any defeat, including the center referee must be beaten. So that's the reason why we are in Kaduna or in the northern aspect, we are not progressing in football. You see? So that's why we're not progressing in football here in Kaduna. Katsina United they went to Ibadan to play football without touching them. Kano Pillars went to Ibadan to play football without touching them. But I bet you, if any of these people, or even from the east, they come to north to come and play football, even the players, their mind is always beating. Wow.
I'm even surprised though. But let's be fair. I think Katsina United lost at home, and and there was no this season. They've lost at home to a southern team. I'll get that, and nothing happened. Probably did not just come over somebody's head that whatever it is.
If not because of the You see, if not because of the Ahmadu Bello Stadium that is under construction.
Yeah.
For now, I know one of them must have been moved to Kaduna. But Ahmadu Bello Stadium is nothing to write about. We don't even know when they will finish. Because everything has been they bring everything down. So all these kind of a thing. We love our Premier League, local Premier League in Kaduna. We have a lot of people that normally go to stadium in Kaduna those days. But whenever anytime there's been some people, sometimes if Kano Pillars are coming, they will come with Gora. They will come with Gora. So you that you are going to watch football in stadium, and some people are coming with Gora. For what?
What's Gora?
Football is here.
What's Gora?
So I haven't, sir.
Okay. Thank you, so that other guys can hear from others.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
We thank God for this. We thank God for the chairman now.
Yeah.
Let it put that on every club. Any club that did any nonsense, they should sanction him like the way you said earlier on.
Thank you. Thank you, Alayande. Okay, we're still expecting calls to come in, but let me just ask you guys, the list is out. Two things. I expect to see Onwashude. I'm glad. The goalkeeper, the goalkeeper is back.
Yep. Okoye, Maduka.
Maduka Okoye is back.
Yeah.
What are your takes?
Yeah, I actually feel that the list is a very good one. A couple of players may have been expected, to be listed, like Onuachu, but I would think that Chel probably does not want to do trial and error at this point in time, because Onuachu really had not proven himself playing for the national team. He's one that does well playing for the club, but when it comes, just like Gift Monday, you hear a lot about Gift Monday, but the statistics do not favor the two of them. So when they are called up, or whether they are not called up, then it becomes an issue.
What they scored yesterday?
I think the 8th goal of the season.
Okay, all right. All right, let us... okay, those are the defenders.
Oluwashimilogo Ajayi is suspended for this, but he will be available to play
for the next game. So that was why
hopefully.
William Ekong, Calvin Bassi, Oluwashimilogo Ajayi, Bright Osai Samuel, Bruno Yemachi, Chidozie Awazi, Seydou Sanusi, Benjamin Frederick.
Those are your defenders, midfielders.
Alex Iwobi, Frank Onyeka, Alazan Yusuf Abdullahi, Wilfred Ndidi, Raphael Onyedika.
Is this midfield? No, okay, let's take the goals.
So for the forward, Victor Osimhen, Ademola Lookman, Samuel Chukwueze, Simon Moses, Chidere Juke, Tolu Arokodare, Yako Adams, and Olakunle Olusegun. All
right. Okay. What you've done, those are forwards. But let us see the Gabonese also came out to their own team. And this is their goalkeeper, the Gabonese team, Francois.
Franco is Junior Bekale, Lois Mbamba, Lucas Mogweno, Demba Ase Ugobi.
Okay, those are the goalkeepers and defenders.
Aaron Apidagoye, Jonathan Dom Makulino, Jacques Ekomi, Bruno Ekole Manga, Yanis Mbemba, Joan Obiang, Mike Kilaofia, then the Oyono twin brothers, Anthony and Jeremy Oyono.
Okay, they are coming with their twins.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Umar Semanka, Uze Bangnama, Eric Bokum, Guelo Kanga, Mario Lemina, Didier Ndong, Andrew Brigo Poco.
Okay. Well,
he scored yesterday.
He scored yesterday.
Marcel are now top of the lock in the French championnat. So Teddy Avalanche, Dennis Boanga, Alando Macolino, Randy San Matuti, Noah Lemina, Brian Mayu.
I like the way he's calling this thing because when commentators are calling on this thing, you think it is easy. Maybe you chop your tongue now.
It's not easy.
Aubameyang is Aubameyang is the top scorer in the Europa League of all time.
Ken, I like the inclusion of Ejuke and Chukwueze because they can unlock defenses.
All right, but they're always coming up from the from the bench
because they're impact players. They know how to read games themselves. So I think we can make this.
But I think if we have the form of Chukwueze in the last match, I don't think we have a problem in this.
It's about the usage, the way they are.
He's been doing so well coming up, coming up from the bench for Fulham. Of course, the chopper yesterday. Okay, today it will be Man City taking on Liverpool. We'll not talk about that one. We have the EPL games also. We have the MPFL games. Do we still have a minute to go through that? If we have, all right.
Aston Villa will be playing against Bournemouth. Then Newcastle will be playing away at Brentford. Crystal Palace will be hosting Brighton. Nottingham Forest will be hosting Leeds United. And Liverpool will be away at Man City.
All right. And then MPFL?
Katsina United played out a 1-1 draw against Barrow, the match we have been talking about.
Yeah,
Nasarawa United will be playing the game of United, whether someone will unite the other one. Nasarawa will be going head-to-head with Kwara. Wiki Tourists will be playing against Niger Tornadoes. Eyimba will be playing away at
That's a bad derby.
Then Warri Wolves will be hosting Ikorodu City.
Crackers. Rivers United.
Rangers Shooting Stars, Old Derby. Pillars, Bayelsa United, Kun Khalifa, Rivers United, Remo Stars, Academy, Plus United, Bende, Insurance.
All right, that is where we close. I mean, we've already taken more than our time. It's been exciting. Gentlemen.
Impossible is nothing. Verstappen can just surprise everybody again today.
No worry, continue.
The Super Eagles should just go out and do it.
The Super Eagles should just go and do it. Before we come back here on Sunday, we should be saying one leg, don't be near. Cameroon, I don't know. I'm Ken Ochonogo. God bless Nigeria. Now my pen at the drum. God bless Nigeria.